One. So I just wanted to give everyone an update about Embrace Your Ugly, which is something like a lot of people have been kind of asking questions. And if you know me, like I've been doing a lot of footwork, so I've been able to kind of get a little bit more personal with the people that have been asking, but I haven't quite explained it, I guess, via Facebook or social media. So basically, what it means is the purpose of the workshop, and it's a very interactive workshop, meaning don't come thinking somebody gonna like sit and talk to you all. No, this is like a hands-on participation. It's a very interactive session because I believe that people have to kind of show you, especially when you're in a rut. And what does it mean to embrace your ugly? It simply means to be unique, genuine love, and simply you. And what does that mean? Like, why are we trying to conform to be who people say we should be? And sometimes that's a little bit more daunting than people want to believe because, well, prophecy said I should be this, and the pastor says that I should do that, and my mom says that I should do this, and my husband said that I should do that, but my boyfriend said that I should do this. And at the end of the day, a lot of times as women, you have no idea what you're even looking at when you look in the mirror. Some of us, our ugly situations are just things that we've been told over the years, things that have been said to us over the years. And it's just kind of like we've put that on. And a lot of times when we look in the mirror, you don't even see yourself. You don't see the beauty in yourself. You don't see the beauty in your own existence. You don't see the uniqueness in everything that makes you simply you. And of course, there are physical attributes of the ugly aspect as well for myself. The big lips, the wide nose, the big head, and then on top of that, I had a learning disability. Oh my Lord. It was just horrific, right? And so you battle all this throughout your life. You battle these words. And a lot of times when you look in the mirror, you don't even hear yourself. You hear what other people have said to you. Or because you begin to put that on, you hear what people have told you, but you hear it in your own voice. And we need to stop, cease, and desist doing that. And in order to do that, a lot of times, and this may be offensive to people, but I mean, if you know me, you know I really, yeah, don't care. A lot of times you use, for the church world, you use prophecy and laying hands and going to the altar as a drug, not as a cure, but as a temporary fix to get a high. Because what happens is a lot of times you're just going and getting your head just pruned, meaning for right now, this is how I feel right now. I'm struggling right now. I'm struggling. I just fornicated or I lied or whatever the situation is. I'm gonna go to the altar and I'm gonna be good for like 7 to 14 days, and then I'll just have to come back because the enemy is busy. It's because all you're really doing is pruning your hedges. You're not pulling that thing up from the root because you have no idea what the source of the issue is. It's like medication. They can only treat the symptoms a lot of times because they don't know the source. So you'll go to the doctor, they'll be like, oh, you got respiratory infection. So you got a cold. Oh, it's severe. So you got a severe cold. Oh, I got gastritis. That means they don't know what's wrong with you. But it has a term. And then on top of that, it could be misdiagnosed. And a lot of things that we're doing is become misdiagnosed because some things we suppress, some things we pass down from generation to generation. And so in this empowerment session, we're going to struggle a lot. We're going to tackle a lot of stuff like generational curses. Yeah, nah. Most of y'all don't have no generational curses. Y'all just have generational silence. Break the silence, you break the curse. You need to open up your mouth and say something. Your mama ain't say nothing. Her mama ain't say nothing. Her mama ain't say nothing. So ain't nobody saying nothing. So you're passing this down simply because of silence. Not because somebody cursed you. Not because you're under a curse. Because if you open your mouth and say something, the curse is broken. So there are so many things, that we have to address as women. And at first I was thinking that this was going to be for women of color, or minority women. And God was like, no, 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 ma'am, no, ma'am. You're going to address women as a whole simply because what's happening is not just happening within the kingdom. I've seen so many things where people have said stuff like this. Well, when she got out of church, she had lost her mind, the devil had, and she was believing all this other. Stop it. Because there are people in the kingdom who are schizophrenic, who are bipolar, who are about to lose their mind, who commit suicide, who do all of these things that evidently being in the kingdom don't eliminate you from doing, don't eliminate you from having certain issues. So therefore you must address it and stop making people think that being a part of the kingdom, of being a Christian or being a Buddhist or being whatever, is going to eliminate life. Because that's not even real talk. That's not even that. Yeah, as a matter of fact, just stop. You're lying to yourself and you're lying to people. So no, this is not a church event. No, ain't nobody preaching to you. Ain't nobody laying hands on you. Ain't nobody calling you. What you're going to get is empowered. You're going to get encouragement. This is on the Sabbath, on the Saturday. You can go to church on Sunday, get hands laid on you, all that kind of stuff, and seal it. Whatever you feel you need to do. But these are going to give you right now tools and right now resources for right now situations. All we can do is provide the tools. And I'm telling you guys, the seats are filling. I had 100 spots. And I'm going to have to come back on here in a little bit and let y'all know when we at 20. And so I really need you guys to register. I need you guys, don't wait till the last minute. Don't be thinking I got it, because what you fail to realize is that I do footwork. And if you know me, that simply just means I get out in these streets and I do what I need to do, because I'm really not targeting a particular group. I'm targeting every woman. Black, white, Chinese, straight, lesbian, I don't care. I just need you to come. I need you to have been born a woman. Not that way. Let me be specific. Okay? I don't want you telling me no ma'am, Pam. I don't care if you was born a woman and you woke up and you look like Bob. Honey, if you got issues that need to be dealt with, then I'm going to need you to come. I don't want you to feel eliminated. And this is a free, no judgment zone, honey. Because in spite of what people think, people still battle. People still struggle. And I'm an adamant believer in the word, which simply says, through love and kindness have I drawn men unto me. But the Bible also says that you must get to the root of the problem. You must come to the whole conclusion of the situation. And there are things that you ain't came to no whole conclusion because you don't know. Or you've buried them. You know, there are things that happen in my life that I didn't even remember until I had a trigger. And some of you don't even know what your triggers are. Some of you are in the kingdom, and I can truly testify to this. Battling your flesh, thinking that, oh my God, I'm just going to be a fornicator, and and why am I doing this, and this, that, and the third, and you done been sat down, passed on rebuke, you done all that, honey, been there, done that. To just realize that all I was doing was pruning hedges. I never dealt with the root of the fact that I was violated very early, which introduces you to things very early that you should not be introduced to, which causes the inward battle, which causes the flesh to rise at times where you're just like, I'm not even thinking about it. What is this? Well, you've been introduced to sexual things at 3. Honey, this is beyond you just trying to get a little something. This thing is deeper than that. So I want you to come out. I want you to listen, if you bring in teenagers, I am going to do another one that's geared toward to like 10 to 18. And I'm not telling you not to bring them, because some of them have been introduced to so many things. Just know this, that this is an adult. This is a female, so it's very honest. It's very honest. It's not vulgar, but it's just very honest. And I just want everybody to be encouraged that if you know somebody, invite them out. Don't say I'll buy my ticket at the door. I'm telling you, please don't do that, because you might not be able to get in. And that's the God's honest truth. And I'm really excited, because I realized that when you obey him and you just get on the path that you're supposed to be on, honey, when you feel your enlightenment movement, your enlightened moment, take it and run with it. I don't let people tell me anymore what they say thus said the Lord is. The Bible says there'll be 2 or 3 witnesses, and I need to be one of those witnesses. And there are things in my life that I may not have agreed with, but I was a witness to, and I know that it was him. So be encouraged, invite somebody out, and just know that in spite of, you can make it, honey. You're looking at, I tell people this all the time, and my friends be like, why do you say that? Honey, I was ugly. Because I was looking at some of these pictures I had took back in the day. I was like, ooh, my Lord. But I was ugly, not just for the outward, but the inside of me was dark. I didn't understand, a lot of stuff that happened in my life. Why me? I didn't do anything to anybody. And it's hard to deal with that and be in church. Because, oh my God, there are things that I know why I didn't get invited to things. I knew why they didn't ask me to be in weddings and stuff like that. Like, this is stuff that you know. But to look at me now, I haven't changed. Why is it now you look so pretty? Because I am confident. Because I took everything that somebody told me was ugly, honey, and I embraced these big lips, this big nose, my big old head. I just learned how to, wear my hair. Um, be it natural, weave, how I'm away. I mean, I'm not gonna have a perm in it, but I press it. And I had to learn how to do those things. It wasn't until I learned how to embrace everything from my glasses to my thick eyebrows to these big old big lips to this wide nose to this big old head that I realized that I was beyond beautiful, that I realized that I was a queen. And I had to struggle and I had to battle, and I didn't get that freedom until I understood the root. Because most of our lives, we just treat the symptoms without really understanding the root of the source of the symptoms. And ain't nothing like treating a headache. I got a headache. I got a headache. I'm having migraines. These are sinuses. And you're taking medication and it's giving you a temporary feel. You don't even realize you got a tumor. You don't even realize you got head trauma. And I know that sounds dramatic, but that's really what we do in life. We just treat symptoms. Nobody's trying to get to the root. You just want a quick, right now fix. And it's not going to work like that. So we're going to give you tools. You're going to understand the puppet master in your life, which is an Anderson theory. And for those of you not sure who Anderson is, that's me. L.L. Anderson, Letitia Lee Anderson. And it's just something that I'm working on, that the Lord is like, that I'm working on, that has come to me. And it's the puppet master theory, as well as who's mummifying you. And when you realize these things, when you see these things in visual aspects, it gives you a better concept on life.